If there's two things I love, it's cats and Christmas. So imagine my excitement when they asked me to do a show about both. Welcome to our Christmas special.
To round up the series, we've got a festive feast of felines just for you.
I'll bring the sack.
I spend the day playing Santa at Leybourne Animal Centre in Kent, finding out just what it takes to be a volunteer here at Christmas.
You just want to keep them to yourself, don't you?
I'm having that one.
In Essex, Christmas goes down the drain for Inspector Marie Hammerton when a moggy goes missing.
I can see something moving.
But can she get her out?
Marmaduke!
It's up there with the highest that I've dealt with, I think.
Inspector Anthony Joyne's rescue efforts are taken to new heights when he's faced with a Merseyside moggy clinging on for dear life.
Bloody hell, Snowy. Could have picked a smaller tree.
It's like this is your life, isn't it?
Oh, my babies!
And I surprised the woman responsible for fostering over 160
I
cats.
feel like the Christmas fairy. But I've done my good deed. Christmas Day is meant to be full of fun, food and indigestion. But for one family, their dreams of a relaxing day of merriment went down the drain, literally.
The workers and volunteers of the RSPCA work 24 hours a day, 365 days of the year, keeping the nation's animals safe. In Chelmsford, Essex, it may be Christmas morning, but for Inspector Marie Hammerton, it's business as usual. She's just started her shift and already had a call about a 2-year-old tabby called Marmaduke, who's been stuck in a storm drain overnight.
Cats, when they're in tight situations, are a bit harder to deal with than, let's say, a dog, because cats are just a lot feistier. And the positions that they can contort themselves into when they're scared and you're trying to get them out is quite incredible.
Last year, the charity received over 16,000 calls during the festive period. For Marmaduke's owner, Victoria, her holidays have turned into the nightmare before Christmas.
I do really feel for her, bless her. What way to spend your Christmas day? Trying to get your cat out of bloody drain. Happy Christmas to her. Oh, yeah? So she's down there?
Victoria has put down food and blankets in the hope of tempting Marmaduke out, but so far to no avail.
How far down have you popped your head down here?
As far as you are.
Okay.
I can see something moving.
You should be able to get out of that hole.
Or if there's something down here that she's trapped on.
There.
It's possible that she might have followed a mouse or, you know, she might have followed something down.
Do you know for a fact she's down there?
I can't see her, obviously,
Yeah.
but the crying's been from here.
So we know there's crying.
Yeah.
OK. Marmaduke!
With Marmaduke crying and in distress, Marie needs to work out just where she's got to. She reaches in with her phone to try and get a better look.
It sort of dips down, doesn't it? Yeah, it bends just there. So you can see there's a bend right there.
The trouble is that Marie has no way of knowing just where the pipe ends up. Marmaduke could be anywhere in the warren of drains under the estate.
Marmaduke, come on.
With Marmaduke in danger of drowning or injury, Marie decides there's nothing else for it but to call for Christmas Day backup.
I was wondering if somebody might be able to come out and help me. I'm at a job in Chelmsford. A cat's been down a storm drain for over 24 hours. We've been trying to get her out. We know she's in there. We can't see her. We can hear her. I don't know if one of your guys can come with a camera.
And it's not long before the fire service are on hand to help out.
That cat comes within arm's distance, grab it.
Using a specially designed bendable camera, they search for Marmaduke in the storm drain she's been heard crying from.
Just put it on an extendable and just in the corner.
But with no luck.
It's going to that drain there, isn't it? Look.
The fear is that the scared cat has descended further into the drains and could have ended up in the sewer.
Wherever she is in there, she's disorientated. She's got no light, she's got no smell.
No.
She's got no hearing, all her senses she can't use properly.
If Marmaduke is in the sewer, then there's a real risk of her getting injured or ill from the waste. They need to find her fast, but the camera they were using isn't big enough to reach. Luckily, they have a plan B. Look at the size of that bad boy.
Is that what I think it is?
And the new camera is an instant success.
Is that two eyes looking at us?
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Hello, Marmaduke.
So she's down that one.
See her.
Christmas cat located. Now all they have to do is work out how on earth to get her out. It's Christmas Day in Chelmsford, Essex.
Marmaduke!
And Inspector Marie Hamilton has been trying to rescue 2-year-old tabby Marmaduke from a storm drain she's been trapped in for the last 24 hours.
At least we've got eyes on her.
The moggy appears to have upped sticks and is now stuck in the sewer.
She's still sat there.
There's those eyes there.
Marmaduke, come on.
And with Marie's best efforts at coaxing poor Marmaduke out failing, the brigade decides on a more persuasive approach.
We're just going to try a dry poke at the moment to try and get her out.
And try what? It's never good when they get the rubber glove out, in my experience. Inch by inch, they feed the hose into the pipe they think Marmaduke's hiding in to try and push her towards the waiting net. It's the moment of truth.
Yeah, that coming through.
Right, shove it through.
Hang on, hold on.
Oh dear.
Right, Rob, we've got a sec, 'cause I think that's come out a different hole.
Wrong hole and still no cat. With the dry poke missing its mark, the firemen only have one more drain to try. And this time they're going to try and flush poor Marmaduke out.
So the only way she's coming out is we've got a net that we're trying to catch her in.
If this doesn't work, Marmaduke will have to try and find her own way out or spend Christmas underground.
Hold on.
Success! A Christmas miracle.
Get in there, get in there, get in there. In there. Oh, we got her.
A wet, smelly and angry Christmas miracle, I grant you.
Thank you. Right, let's get her in. I want a blanket or something to put her in before we get her out.
All Marie needs to do now is give Marmaduke a quick check to make sure she hasn't harmed herself in any way.
Hello, you.
But after her adventures, this kitty's not too keen.
Hey. Ah, don't you try and bite me. OK, you are going to have to bath her, just because of where she's been. She's a little bit dehydrated. Right, if I let her go, let her calm down for a few hours, put water down, monitor her, because if she's eating any of that sewage, she's going to have to go to the vets. Right. So if she starts vomiting, diarrhea, her breathing gets shallow, you get her straight around the vets.
Well, we've had a fantastic result.
At least we got them. I really didn't want to have to go and her still be down there.
That's all right.
Right, Marmaduke, I'm going home to drink.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
I'm going to go home and finish what's left of my Christmas day before I start all over again at 7 o'clock tomorrow. I'll catch you later.
You go and put your feet up, Marie, but maybe take a shower first. During the festive season, it's not just the inspectors who are on call 24/7 to help cats in need. There's also an army of helpers working at catteries across the land. And today I'm at Leybourne Animal Centre meeting one of the 100 volunteers here to find out just what they get up to at Christmas.
Barb, how long have you been here volunteering?
5 years now.
And it's very Christmassy.
I
What
know.
do you do on the run up to Christmas that's
Well, we
different?
ask people to donate more things for us. We like little presents for the cats, so we've got something to give them on Christmas Day.
All right, then, well, better show me what you do.
All right, then. I'll take you through to our kitchen and we can make some food up, Joe. You'll really enjoy doing this.
Oh, OK.
Christmas time, what we like to do is just give them a few little treats. Not a lot, because obviously we don't want to upset their tummies and things like that. But we'll just put a few on each one.
Hey, Barb's Christmas trolley.
I know. Let's put some meat on there for them as well. See, this looks lovely, Joe, doesn't it? Don't want you fancy
No,
this for
Barb's,
you too?
it does not
sure?
look lovely.
Yeah, something we could rustle
You
up
reckon?
later. Yeah. Do you
Stick
want
a
to do
couple
one?
of... Yeah, all right, I'll do one.
There you are. There you are. There's a nice fork for you.
One for me, one for you.
Yeah. And then what we'll do is just go back down and play Santa, eh?
Okie dokie.
Each year, thousands of presents are donated by generous members of the public.
These are absolutely amazing. So much choice.
Thank you. Happy Christmas. Bye-bye. Bye.
So whilst Barb dishes out dinner, I get the fun job of delivering some of the gifts to the cats.
I'd be a rubbish Father Christmas.
Do you know what, Joe? You just want to keep
them.
them to yourself, don't
I'm
you?
having that one.
I'll
Don't
pop
tell
this one in
anyone
here.
about that,
There you
Barb.
are. There you are, precious. Come on. I call them all precious.
Should we...
Oh.
in the stocking?
Yeah.
There you go, precious. I don't... What could that... Recorder,
I don't want to
maybe?
know what that is, but we'll keep
No.
going. Right, let's go down and feed the rest of them.
Barb is great fun and obviously adores the cats, but I want to find out what it was that drew her to helping out here at Leybourne in the first place.
I come out of the workplace and I thought if I don't do something, I'm just going to sit at home and watch rubbish telly. So I decided I'll just come and do something like this. And here I am 5 years later, still doing it. I do quite a few mornings and do different things for them, and it's really good fun.
Last Christmas, Leybourne had 38 cats to look after. Volunteers like Barb are there to make sure that all the moggies celebrate the festive season in style. But that doesn't stop her from having favourites.
This is Billy and Zebra. Come on, precious. What's this? Here you are, Joe. Look at this one. He's lovely, isn't he? Look, hello.
He is lovely. Do you think he'd like his present?
I think he'd love his present.
I love opening other cats' presents.
What's she got for you, gorgeous?
Oh.
What's she got?
Well, that is a good present in anyone's book.
That is super. Look at that. Thank you very much, Joe, for
Should
my
we pop
present.
him back in? I'm just going to go and waggle this in here.
Come on. Here.
Barb, why is volunteering so important to the RSPCA?
It gives the girls who work here full-time to do what I would like to say the proper jobs. They can really spend the extra time with the animals, and if there is a problem, they can focus on that. And volunteering is for everybody. You know, it's not just for my age group. As long as you're over 18, give us a ring and do some volunteering here, even if it's only a morning. You'll end the day and you have done something right today. And it's
I've
so
never
nice.
felt like that, Barb.
No,
But
don't
you're
do it.
brilliant.
But they are such... What characters? Look at this.
Whee. I think the present's gone down a treat. Thank you so much, Barb. It's lovely to find out what you volunteers do at Christmas time.
I'm so glad you came in. A happy Christmas to you, Joe.
You too.
Cats are usually excellent mums to their kittens, feeding them and keeping them safe and warm for the first few vital weeks of their lives, particularly important at Christmas time. But when a kitten gets separated from its mother, things can go wrong for it, fast. It's a cold, wet winter's morning in Birmingham, and Inspector Louise Marston is responding to an urgent call-out to a newborn kitten in need of help.
The mother cat has been seen a couple of days ago, and apparently she was approaching the caller for food, but they've not seen her for a couple of days.
She's heard that the kitten is extremely young, which is ringing alarm bells.
Certainly with a kitten of this age, there is an element of a race against time. Obviously, it's important to keep them warm at this age. They would usually be snuggled up to their siblings and their mum as well. We don't know when it had its last proper feed from its mum, and it's certainly not old enough to be eating solids. You could easily class this situation as an emergency.
The kitten's been found cold and alone by Sean Bridge and his dad at the back of their house.
Hi there, RSPCA, you all right?
Yeah. The mum's about 2 years old.
Right, OK. So...
We haven't saw her since about 3 or 4 days.
Does she come regularly for food, does she? And you've not seen her for 3 or 4 days, and obviously you're concerned.
It's very rare for a cat to abandon her kitten, but there's a possibility that the young mum may have been overwhelmed by the birth or even killed or injured.
Gosh, she's very, very tiny, isn't it? Hello, sweetie.
I think she had one Saturday. It's only about 4 days old.
Yeah, she's very diddy. Her eyes are still closed, so she's certainly less than 7 days old. So I'm just going to see what general condition she's in. Doesn't seem to be any sign of fleas, which is good. She's nice and feisty. She's very chatty. So I'm going to pop this little kitten in this basket. I'm going to try and wrap you up as best as I can. Oh, I know. You're very noisy.
Louise is more than aware that one of the biggest risks to an abandoned newborn kitten is hypothermia. Its little body just isn't big enough to retain heat well on its own.
Right. I think what we'll do is try and make a little bit of a hot water bottle for her, if that's OK. Hot hand is what they call them. There we go, it's nice and warm. So what I just need to do now is wrap this up a bit so that even though her claws are a little, she might still puncture it, and we don't want to make everything wet. There we go, sweet. I'm just going to move you a little bit closer to this. She feels a little bit cold, so hopefully she'll snuggle against that now. There we go, OK.
With such a young kitten, Louise knows that every second counts to give it the best chance of survival.
It's certainly less than 7 days old. Its eyes are still closed, so it's always very 50-50 when the mum's not around how good the prognosis is. The caller said that the mother cat hadn't been seen for 2 to 3 days. I think trusting my instincts was the right decision to make on this one, that by not seeing the cat for that period of time, something could have happened to her easily.
Louise takes the kitten to be checked over at Newbrook Animal Hospital by nurse Jodie Hill.
I can't see any...
Oh, it's cold. Main thing checked for is cleft palate, and that's all fine. Mouth's completely fine.
Good.
Hard palate's fine.
So far, so good. But it could have been days since this little kitten last had anything to eat. It's not uncommon for kittens that are used to being fed by their mum to struggle with hand rearing.
Not too interested, are you?
If this little girl is to survive, it's vital to try and get some formula into her.
Sometimes it just takes a while to realise what it is, and then once we realise what it is...
Yeah, sure, get a taste for it.
Here we are. Come on, and their little ears start going. That's when you know they're...
Success.
That's a great result so far, and so we're going to get the kitten off now to Manor Vets in Hales Owen, and they've got a hand rearer there who will give him a go. So that's a great result all round.
The kitten seems to be making progress, but at such a young age, she's still very vulnerable. We'll see if this little fighter can make it to her first Christmas later. As well as the staff and volunteers that work in animal centres across the country, there are also people who work looking after animals in their own homes. One of them is Moren Austin, who has fostered so many cats since she started in 2009 that they even have their own room in her house. I'm at Leybourne to meet the woman herself, to find out more and to give her a few nice surprises.
How many cats and kittens do you think you've had?
Well, I did check it out, 163.
Have you been made a dame? You sound like you should have been.
And Maureen definitely doesn't forget her cat charges after they've left her care.
This is the different cats that I fostered and the different
keep a
times.
record of all of them?
Yes, I try and keep.
Oh gosh, you've got pictures as well. It must be a bit of a wrench to see them go after
It is,
being
some
with
of
you.
them more than others.
And for Maureen, there are 2 pussycats that she still misses in particular.
And that's Tomkins and Princess. And they lived in my front room for about 4 months, and they were adorable. I did get a bit weepy. I'd have loved to have kept them. He was actually Tom and Princess, but I couldn't call him Tom. He was a great big soft tomcat, and I called him Tomkins. And the people he's gone to still call him Tomkins.
Oh, how lovely.
And Princess was the most food-orientated cat you've ever come across.
Like the sound of Princess.
Yeah, bless her heart.
Christmas is a time of giving, and not many people have given more to the cats of Britain than Maureen. And in my book, good work shouldn't go unrewarded.
Because it's Christmas. We've just got you a little prezzy.
Oh, my goodness. I'm overcome. Oh,
Some
look
bits and pieces in there for you.
There's me worrying about holding my tummy in. That won't
What's
stay
your
long, will
address?
it?
I'll be round. But also, we've got one more surprise for you as well. A couple of old mates of yours who are just gonna pop in and say hello. It's like this is your life, isn't it?
Oh, no.
Here they come.
Oh, my babies.
It's Princess and Tompkins come to say hello. Of course you do. There we
She
go.
says falling over. Hello, darling. How are you?
Good to see you.
And you. Oh, my babies.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Hello, darling. Oh, what was that? Hey, what was that noise? What was that noise? You're going to come and have a look round, eh? You're going to have a little explore.
So, how long is it since you've seen these two?
Since Carol first collected them over a year ago.
Oh, really? A year? Was it lovely to see them
It's
again?
absolutely wonderful.
So, Carol, how's it going?
Fantastic. They're really happy. They're exploring outside in the garden. They're absolutely adorable, and they've come on in leaps and bounds.
I feel like the Christmas fairy, but I've done my good deed. I'm just so pleased to be able to bring you all together at Christmas again.
Well, it's very kind of you. It's lovely. It's so lovely to see Carol, and it's wonderful to see these two. Look at her.
Happy Christmas to
Beautiful
both of
girl.
you.
Thank
Let's
you.
eat the contents of your hamper now.
Why
then.
not?
Coming up,
It's been up there for 30 hours or so. If a cat gets really weak, you know, it might just fall off and really hurt itself.
on the Wirral, can Inspector Anthony Joins get to high-flying feline Snowy before it's too late?
He's desperate to get back to the food. Come on, Tim.
And I try not to wipe the smile off a tiny kitten's face.
The best thing about Christmas for me is not the TV or the food or losing at Trivial Pursuits, my 6-year-old cousin. For me, it's putting up the tree. But unfortunately, for the cat in our next story, the tree it found itself in was a lot less inviting than this one.
On a chilly winter's day in Merseyside,
Hiya.
Inspector Anthony Joins has been called to help a young cat who goes by the very Christmassy name of Snowy, stuck at the top of an extremely tall tree.
I was driving down here thinking, I hope it's not those trees there. But it is. Is it?
He's been calling out. He sounds quite distressed.
Oh,
He's been up there, we estimate, about 30 hours now.
that's high, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
The RSPCA receives thousands of calls a year about cats trapped in trees. A few simple tricks like leaving food, their litter tray, or even a ladder against the tree will usually see them back on the ground. But owner Eric has tried everything, and Snowy's just not budging.
I tried to entice him down with food, but tried calling him, but it just seems to make him more distressed.
Did he go out?
Yeah, normally he's absolutely fine. He's not that long started to go out. He's about 10 months old.
Wonder whether a dog's chased him.
I haven't got a clue what... Something's obviously spooked him.
Bloody hell, Snowy. Could have picked a smaller tree. Proper high one, that.
We'll never know what made poor Snowy climb up the tree, and Anthony doesn't want to scare him into going even higher onto thinner, weaker branches. He has another concern too.
He's been up there for 30 hours or so, which is a long time, really. And then obviously you've got the danger of the weather at the moment is quite cold, weakness from, you know, lethargy from lack of food and water. And you think you don't want the cat, if a cat misjudges what it's able to do and then gets really weak, you know, it might just sit there and perish, really, or fall off and really even hurt itself. It's up there with the highest that I've dealt with, I think. My ladders wouldn't get me through to the first branch, really.
Yet again, it's time to call the fire brigade. There's simply nothing else Anthony can do.
I'm ringing you up with one of those stereotypical RSPCA jobs. Have a guess what it is? Yeah, that's the one. Cat up a tree.
And it's not long before they're on the scene.
It's a nightmare tree.
It's like a tree, it is, yeah. I honestly think with a ladder there, we're not going to get anywhere near.
But there's a problem.
They're saying it's a really difficult job, really, and they're going to put a ladder up try and break it through the branches, but obviously there's an associated risk that the cat could jump, be knocked off, or it might not work at all. It's not a straightforward job, this one, at all.
And unfortunately, the commotion causes an already spooked Snowy to climb even higher.
He's obviously got quite a lot of energy left, and he's still managing to climb up.
It's not making life easy at all.
It's frustrating because he's scared, so he doesn't know we're trying to help him, so big ladder bashing around.
With Snowy out of their reach, the fire service has to admit defeat.
They've tried it, having to break all the branches to try and get the ladder in against a tree, which is, it's not safe, it's not doable. Thanks again anyway, see you soon. They couldn't do it with that ladder.
Refusing to be beaten, owner Erica has a ring round and manages to track down a couple of helpful lads carrying out work nearby, complete with cherry picker, who are only too happy to help.
I'm doing that nervous, anxious thing, and I've been pacing a lot, so...
Anthony's new helper tries to get as close to Snowy as he can, but the anxious cat just continues to climb.
He might come towards you, mate, if you call him. I don't know. Come on, Snowy. Come on.
Even a good shaking can't get this pussy off his perch.
So it feels quite safe as well. All the shaking in the world, it won't make it move from where it is.
And the cherry picker boys are forced to admit defeat too.
So frustrating, that.
Say la vie.
You can only try.
With Snowy firmly lodged in the tree and other urgent rescues to attend, Anthony's run out of time and options and has to leave.
I've reassured the owner that we won't close that job. We won't close it and turn our backs. We'll stay involved until it's down safely.
We'll find out if Snowy gets down later. Every Christmas, the RSPCA take in over 100 cats and kittens, and they need good, strong names to try to pull in prospective new owners. Today, I've been given the daunting task of naming 3 gorgeous stray kittens currently being fostered by animal care assistant Hayley. Right, Hayley, so who have we got here? Can I meet your friends?
Yes. This is the runty one.
Boy or girl?
He's a little boy.
Christmassy name. He's little. Tiny Tim?
Yes, I think that's
Come on then, Tim.
perfect.
Quite pleased with that one.
This is one of the little girlies.
Hello, so this is one, oh, yeah, much bigger than Tiny Tim.
Almost double the size.
Unfortunately, I don't think there is anyone in A Christmas Carol called Big Margaret. Or,
No.
So let's have a Christmassy name. How about Holly?
Lovely.
Oh, gosh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yes.
And then we've got another girly. I think she's bigger.
Am I all right to let go of Holly?
let
I'm a
go.
bit worried that she
So,
might just...
What do you think for this girly, then?
This one. Oh, come here, madam. We've got Holly. How about Mistletoe?
Love it.
Bit of a mouthful. We could just call her Missy. There we go.
She can be mistletoe for Christmas.
Yes.
And then Missy after.
Think I nailed that. Raising these 3 bundles of fluff isn't as simple as just giving them a cute name. Hayley's been up day and night hand-feeding the kittens, and they've just reached an important milestone.
And how old are they now?
About 7 weeks.
So am I right that you're weaning them now?
Yeah.
Do you want to show me how you do that?
Weaning is the gradual process of introducing kittens to solid food while lowering their intake of milk.
Okay.
I'll hold them back.
You're like a kitten juggler, aren't you? Look at you. How are you managing that? Is that enough?
This is what I have to do. Yeah, let's give that a go.
OK.
Yeah, the amount of washing I have to go through.
God, they don't have any sense, do they? Like Holly is just right. It's just actually... That would be like me getting on a plate and sitting on it. Oh, my Lord, I can't...
There we go.
Manners, guys.
Once all the heads are in, they're fine. They have a system.
It's very cute, actually.
It may be cute, but it's also messier than a night out with Prince Harry. These 3 need cleaning up, and I'm more than happy to help.
We're just going to wash the sides of their mouths. Like, if you saw their mum cleaning the kittens, she would start licking around their faces and their paws. So we're just going to pretend to be their mums. Which one would you like? Do you want Tiny Tim?
Let me just dip my corner in. I'll have Tiny Tim, yes.
Yeah. So look, you can see the mess he has made.
Oh, Tim.
So I've got Holly, who's still got food in her mouth. As you can see, that's her just suckling the meat instead of actually eating it.
He's desperate to get back to the food. Come on, Tim. I think I'm not bad at this kitten mum thing. Obviously not as good as you, but...
So if I'm going out, you can...
I'll pop round, yes.
Pop round for me, yeah? Be a babysitter.
Job done. With their snazzy names and fresh faces, I don't think these three are going to have any trouble starting the new year in brand new forever homes. Christmas is meant to be the time of goodwill to all men, but surprisingly, that goodwill doesn't always come from us humans. In Middlesex, there's an extraordinary cat that's helping people in need. Bill was a rescue cat taken in by RSPCA fosterer Daniela 4 years ago.
He just came to me as another foster kitten. He arrived at my house at 10 weeks of age. He was just a very happy, inquisitive, gentle cat right from the word go. He had such a peculiar personality that I kept him.
Bill's currently helping Daniela foster 4 gorgeous kittens in her care.
He licks them, he sits with them. They think he's the mummy.
But it's not his maternal instincts that make Bill special. His calm and caring nature has led him to being certified as one of the country's handful of therapy cats.
So Pets as Therapy is a charity, and they use people's pets to provide therapy in lots of different circumstances, whether that's a nursing home or a hospital. His personality just suited it so well. Billy. Come on, baby.
For the last 2 years, Bill and Daniela have been regular visitors to Woodlands Hall Care Home, where Bill has become a bit of a hit with the residents.
Morning, Sophie.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Sol. Hello.
And Deputy Manager Sol Oy has seen just how much of an impact Bill can have.
Would you like to touch him? Yeah? OK.
So most of our residents live with dementia. Some people, they feel locked inside their own body, and I feel like Bill gives that opening for them to express themselves, even just by feeling, just by looking at Bill or smiling. See that? You can see the facial expression. She smiles, she opens her eyes. How's that? There's small little things that brighten up their day, yeah.
The health benefits of being around cats are amazing.
Did you used to have a cat, Ellen?
Yeah, we always had cats.
Scientists think only a cat can lower blood pressure and reduce the risk of heart attacks and strokes by more than 1/3.
Hello, good morning.
And there's one resident in particular whose life has been transformed by Bill's visits.
It was love at first sight.
Joan is bedbound and unable to get out and about, so Bill's visits have become something she relishes.
Look.
He knew he was going to get his treats here.
Daniela and Bill are a great team, and I look forward to a visit from both of them. We celebrated the first anniversary of him coming just the other day, so he's been coming for a year, at least once a week. I've got photographs of him and his friends, the cats that are in his life.
And for Joan, Bill's drop-ins are more than just a social call.
My legs don't work anymore because I had a tumour on my spine. Sometimes when Bill comes in, he sits by my leg where the pain is. It's just a warm feeling. It's comforting.
Dogs are trained to sniff out everything from epileptic seizures to cancer in humans, and many people think cats share their ability to sense illness and pain.
He knows where the pain is, and his way of curing it or making it feel better is to sit on it. Oh, look at that. Now, you can't get more relaxed than that. He is a friend. It's a friend that visits you, doesn't expect anything except a stroke and a love.
Bill, you really are an amazing moggy. Keep up the good work.
Hello. Merry Christmas.
Merry
How are you
Christmas.
doing?
Still to come. What's got Anthony feeling prickly?
Can I have a little...
Of course you can.
That's a very funny-looking cat. And we catch up with the 4-day-old orphan kitten and find out if it made its first Christmas.
Remember the cat Snowy that got stuck at the top of a tree in the Wirral? Well, Inspector Anthony isn't one to leave a cat hanging, so he went to visit the owner, Erica, to see if Snowy came down.
In nearly 9 years, I've not come across a cat that high up. We got called off to an emergency. It's not ideal, and you don't want to walk away from an animal that's in that sort of situation.
Anthony's heard that Snowy came down to earth with a bump.
I've got no idea how he's been doing, really, and it worried me immensely.
He's visiting Snowy's owner, Erica, at her work. He's come bearing gifts to find out just what happened.
Here I come to bring the festive cheer. Hello. Merry Christmas.
Merry
How
Christmas.
you doing?
Come on in.
Snowy's changed a little bit, hasn't he? I thought I was here to see a cat.
Erica is the manager at the local hedgehog rescue. But it's not this little hoglet that Anthony's here to play Santa to.
Is he over there, is he?
He is.
Hello, Snowy. Nice to see you back on firm ground.
What happened after I left?
We were really, really fortunate. We got hold of a young tree surgeon. I saw the guy grab hold of the cat, and then next thing I knew, the cat sadly had slipped from his grasp and was literally spinning through the air.
Amazingly, Snowy escaped with just a scratch on his nose.
I think he's so lucky to that height.
From that height.
Because that was a major tree, wasn't it?
Yeah.
After surviving such a mammoth fall, this cat deserves a bit of festive cheer.
Hey, Snowy.
And Anthony's come loaded with Christmas goodies.
How about this? This is really interesting.
But they don't seem to be filling Snowy with much merriment. We could have a Grinch on our hands here.
He likes food, he likes treats, but he's not the biggest people person, unfortunately. We all have our off days. It's just for Snowy, it happens to be every day.
Yeah. I'm a jester, doing my best to sort of get the nod of sort of approval from Snowy.
I don't think you're melting him, Anthony.
It's really good to see him that he's doing well, and he's obviously happy as ever. It's just brilliant, isn't it? But anyway, Merry Christmas.
And you.
Have a lovely time. Thanks for seeing me, and thanks for letting me see him. Right. See you, Snowy. Take care, buddy.
He'll probably spend Christmas grumpy, but wouldn't have him any other way. He wouldn't be the same without his constant frown.
I just hope he has a nice family Christmas at home and stays away from the Christmas tree.
Don't you love a happy Yuletide ending? And I think the Grinch routine's just an act. No cat can be that grumpy, can they, Snowy? In Birmingham, Inspector Louise Marston was faced with a race against time to get a newborn kitten warmth and food. But being abandoned at such a young age meant that there was a real question mark over whether she would reach her first Christmas.
Not too interested, are you?
It's certainly less than 7 days old. Its eyes are still closed. So it's always very 50-50 when the mum's not around how good the prognosis is.
Well, I'm delighted to say that 5 months on, there's an extra stocking hanging in the house of her new owner, Alexandra Eberall, and her daughter Minnie, who have called the furry addition to their family Sophie.
My business is with animals. I'm a dog walker and a pet sitter, which is just, it's such a fun job. It's hilarious being with the pets all day. But we ended up with no pets at home. We wanted a cat and we heard about Sophie and it just sounded like such a lovely story. So we walked into this little room in the vets. The vet nurse brought her in and I just don't think we realised how small she was going to be. We fed her a bottle and Minnie absolutely loved it. We knew, like, the second we met her that she was going to be a crazy cat. She was absolutely gorgeous and, yeah, we fell in love with her immediately.
And it looks like Minnie's tamed Sophie's wild beginnings. I've never seen such a soppy cat.
Having Sophie, when we first saw her, I really liked her because I was really excited to see her. And when I saw her, I straight away I thought, what a beautiful cat.
It's just lovely having her around. It does bring a lot of fun to the house, which is great.
For Minnie, it was love at first sight.
Minnie and Sophie are absolutely amazing together. They're very sweet.
I do look after her. In the mornings, I try and get up early to feed her her breakfast. And at night time, I feed her her dinner.
You've been very good, Sophie.
Can you tell me if this is enough?
She's a really slight, she's quite a petite girl, but she eats like a horse. Like, she eats loads, and she loves her treats. There you go, Sophie. Good girl. Well, she likes those, Min.
And Sophie must have been a well-behaved cat since she arrived, because Santa's left her a rather exciting-looking present.
Sophie, I've got a Christmas present.
That's a lovely Christmas present, Sophie, isn't it?
Get off. Get off.
I always said that I wouldn't have another cat sleep on my bed, but Sophie sleeps on my bed, in a bed.
There you go. Cuddle Teddy. Cuddle Teddy.
And she actually has her own teddy, which is just the most adorable thing. So it's our first Christmas in this house, which is nice, but we've also got Sophie now as well, which is just, you know, it's going to be amazing. And obviously, cats and kittens love destroying Christmas decorations and pulling trees down, so we're thinking that we're going to have loads of fun here this Christmas. So yeah, it should be amazing.
She's my bestest ever friend.
Lovely to see you so happy, girls. I'm sure it's the first of many Christmases to come. Well, that's almost all. You've seen one cat rescued from underground, one stuck 40 foot in the air, and met some of the wonderful people that give the UK's rescue cats a Christmas to remember. But before I go, as a final Christmas present, here's a snowy snippet all the way from Canada. When Anne Gott went to fetch her 14-year-old cat Plume in for dinner, she was faced with a 4-foot-high snowbank between her and the frosty feline.
Come here.
But if there's one thing I've learnt today, it's that nothing stands between a moggy and its meal.
Come here.
Great work, Plume.
So that's all from us. I hope you've enjoyed the feline festivities as much as we have. From the RSPCA and me, a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And that's enough turkey treats for you, Mistletoe, I think.